Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday, August 28th. I hope you are having an amazing end to the week. I do have the MGM Grand up right here because we saw some dark pool activity. If you had been in the room with us, the training pit, the Java pit, you would know and you would have been prepared for this move right here for MGM. So if you guys want to check that out, come to thedarkpools.com/services and join the training pit. We will help you learn how to trade around, hey Julio, the dark pool. If you guys are new to my channel, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you get awesome videos like this when I do go live. And no, I have not seen Eat yet. I am a little hungry though, Julia. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hungry. And Arky, hello, how's it going? All right, let's go ahead and pull up the charts, right? So we do have MGM. I went ahead and pulled it up. We are breaking one of my favorite levels. Look, it's a nice cup and handle here. I know, Bad Scientist, what is it? You are third today. You are slacking. That's it. You're fired. No, just kidding. So we came up, we tested this level, and of course, boom, we went ahead and took it out. Now, we did have dark pool activity on here. Let's go ahead and draw a trend line from some highs. You can see right here, if we do the high here to the high here, that's going to put us roughly 26, if we were to go screaming high today, 26.50, but maybe a little bit more reasonably up to 27. Now, when we do turn on the volume profile for the session, so these are the session points of control, you can see the most recent one was up here at 25.97. So I would watch that 26 area for a potential resistance, and then on up here. We did obviously break a downward trend with higher volume. So keeping that in mind, we are in breakout mode, right? Right here was where we had that breakout as of 21.63, broke the 200 simple moving average. All the faster moving averages are curling up above it. Yesterday was an awesome day, and we've had a nice move since. Might have a nice bigger move to it. Ah, Kawa, aloha. So looking at that, there could be a nice move for this. So if you want to catch awesome ones like this, again, come over, join the dark pools, and we will help you profit with the really big guys. When it goes above, we go long. When it goes below, we go short. Try to keep it easy and work with what the big guys are doing. Let's look at the SPY. As always, you guys know, I look at the SPY. Let's go to our 9-minute chart here. So we've been hitting this resistance at 350. No wonder, right? 350, that round number, tough in people's brains. Where did the big volume come in? Look at that 9-minute 161 EMA again. If you guys don't have it, check it out. Really, the 200, though, was really acting as support and had lots of buyers coming in right there. Now it hit our 50 SMA up here and a bit of a pullback. We shall see. Really cool thing, if you guys have TradingView, sign up for ARCA for the data. $2 a month, but you're going to get these awesome, awesome wicks like this. So on my watch list for today, if you guys have not already checked it out, definitely check it out at cjandtrade.com. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up so you guys can see. I do have the list right here, but I'm going to show you what I do and how I break it down. So I go ahead, whoops, I did not mean to open that. I go ahead, I break it down, and I've got the, hey, oh, this is the 28th. It didn't save today. Bummer. All right. Let's pull it up for my pictures. Right there. Not this one. Right here. So we've got it right here, right? So I said, hey, if we go below 249.20, nice potential short right there. Yep, sure enough, went from, 349.20. I totally had a misprint there. It's been a long week, huh? 349.20 came all the way down, came down to 348.48. what's this low down here for the day? 348.15. Now we might have a potential move to the upside up here. I think we might be seeing the test of this upward channel before we see a pullback. They have just been surging this higher and higher and higher. We do have quite a resistance right here. Let's go ahead and draw it like this. So we've had this box. I wanted it to the upside up here. So we've had this box starting right here. Right? Why did it pull it back down? Let's move it up here. There. So when we break out from here with some good volume, we're likely going to have that big move to happen. So I would watch for break above that 349.75, but even better, above that 350 range to the upside, and then to the downside, a breakdown of 348.45 for a bigger move down. Potentially testing this yellow trend line right here, roughly 347.70. But for the most part, if you guys saw my video on Tuesday, the market is bullish until it isn't. Right now, it just keeps performing to the upside. Yes, we have little minor pullbacks. However, it is still trucking along. We are following these moving averages right on up. You can see really when it holds that 21 EMA, it's really only in the middle of the day that it will typically tend to break it. Follow the timing and the patterns, guys. That can help you as well for timing proper entries. All right, we also have the Qs chugging along. You can see, again, we've had this resistance up here. We need to go ahead and really break that 293 strong. Even 294 would have a really nice move, but we are still in that upper channel. If we do break down below 291.46, watch for a pullback. We do have Apple and Microsoft that are trucking along today. Apple bounced off of 500, and now if we can go ahead and break up above, we could see a nice move. I would actually tighten this just a little bit more, down to 503.50, that 50 simple moving average. If we can go ahead and break above that, watch out, we're going to surge higher. And Microsoft as well. Microsoft had a nice surge up and lots of volume lately. So watching for this one, really if it breaks to the upside, keeping that on watch. Now on my watch list I did have GPS that did have earnings today. Sort of went sideways. Saw some big selling up here at 1788. There was a lot of selling right there. Now I see why. I didn't have the daily chart up at the time, or the 45-minute as expanded. There was resistance there in the past. So this could be potential head and shoulders right here, where we have the shoulder, head up here, more like a spike, and then another shoulder. So watch out if we do break below this neckline here of $17. Actually, I might move it down just a little bit more. $17 down to 17 right here. 1680 area. If it breaks that 1680, watch out, we might be pulling back down. You guys know my favorite entry down here, roughly that $15 mark. Well, you know what, Julio? The reason why I think the VIX is going up is because of all the negative press, right? When we go and we look at the headlines, let's see if we can see Barron's headlines. Barron's headline. When you look at all the Barron's headlines, that's for, let's see here, August 2020. Top stories. Let's see if they give us the actual headline. No, it doesn't. Bummer. Okay, because when we look at the Barron's cover, let's see, August 24th, 2020. When we look at it, when it tends to be really negative, many times there'll be a super large bull move, vice versa. Why do you think that is? Because they want, here we go, back to school. So it's all red, but it's green. Talking about the stocks, campus shutdown will crash tuition. Nothing too much actually about stocks right here. But many times you will see that it will be a really red cover, and it will have a lot of negativity to it, and what ends up happening is we surge higher, right? We are breaking out all-time highs. This is a bit of a melt up on the market right now. When we go and we look at the short volumes, right? Well, it helps when you spell it, right? Short volumes. And we look at the SPY. We can see that people are still piling in as shorts. They're not waiting for that formal indication that it has gone ahead and turned down. So they are front running the short on it, right? Does this chart look bearish, right? To me, it really doesn't. It looks like we've got a parabolic move, a melt up happening right now. Well, thanks to all these shorts, right? It was back here the 18th and the 17th. We had 2 days less than 50%. Other than that, we've had more than 50% of the daily volume of the SPY with people shorting, right? So when we look at that, it's kind of crazy. Like, hey, wait a second here. This is melting to the upside. Thank you, shorts, right? You're feeling that pain. You're having to cover and you're having to move higher. We did have that high volume doji right here, and we are above it. If we can close above 349.90, then it could continue up. Julio, you want to talk about a chart that looks overextended and it continued to go up? And it might have that happen again? Is silver, right? Yeah, silver looked overextended right here, didn't it? Well, look at where it went from there. Another $7 up, 30%. So even though the chart looks overextended, shorts have to remember that the market's always going to stay irrational longer than shorts can stay solvent. So as much as they want to be right, waiting for the chart to say go short is going to be the best thing, right? Facebook was also on my list today, had a nice move to the upside here. But it did pull back a little bit, and now we're sort of consolidating. We also have DraftKings to the downside as potential short. Sure enough, yeah, I like watching it more in the 9 minute. Yeah, we'll look at, so DraftKings, boom. Hey, look at what that EMA is right there. What did they sell off of? It looks like 37.80 right here, right? Why did this go? It went out of order. Walmart had earnings, had a nice gap up today, pulled back. Yeah, I will look at that. So we'll add on. Yes, Dave, if you go here, so you go to Trading View, right? And if you guys want to add on the data, you go under your profile right here, and you go to Account and Billing. I just got an alert. And then you're going to go down. And you're going to see, okay, right here, ARCA, $2 a month. But you can get those awesome wicks, right? Oh, wrong one. All right, so here, Walmart came down. We found support right around here. To me, it really looks like a rounded bottom setup and potential move up to squeeze the shorts that got in right here. They took it to the low, just a little bit lower, almost wanted to do the gap fake out to the downside here, but they didn't, right? And so right now we're testing the 50 simple moving average on the 9 minute chart, looking for that potential move. My target would be roughly 145 from the entry down here from 138. And let's see, I'm frustrated, it all went out of order. So NEO announced 75 million in the new offering. They're selling 75 million. Did the calculations, that would put the price roughly at 1834. So if it came down, if it came to the downside, I would look for a target roughly of 1834. If we're going to break right here at that 1870 mark. Just a small move to the downside. Right now, the fact that it is up on this news gives me confidence that the buyers are coming into it. However, I would like to see where it closes today. We're still riding these moving averages down for the most part. It did cross up over 50 now, but it's narrowing. So when we have that consolidation, then the big move comes. All right, Gap today. Gap also had earnings. Yeah, we already went over Gap. Facebook we went over. CRM to the short side was on my list for potential short. Look, came down. We tested that awesome moving average on the 9-minute chart. Came down, came up to our 21 EMA and is now pulling back down, just riding those averages down. We came down, bounced up, nope, no more buyers. Let's see, are we going to take it down to the next potential level down here, 267.40, which is also where that spike down went. All right, also CCL, which had potential move to the upside, right? And it did, it came up, pulled back, came to our moving averages and surged again. Abbott Laboratories, thanks to Trump giving them some money, surged up and then failed at open. Sell the news right there. In fact, also Herbalife had crazy volatility today. Speculation that there was a lawsuit against them, so went from 50, dropped down to 47, and then surged back up. It looks like a bit of a cup and handle right here. Can it break above that and $50 mark and move to the upside? All right, let's go ahead and look at, first one on here is VIX. Yeah, the VIX is going higher, and people are holding it up. I think that, people are fearful. However, there's no big indication as of yet for the market selling off that I see. So that fear is just fear in people. Hey, if we go down below here, again, add alert, crossing down, then we might have a move. However, to me, the market is looking more bullish, more likely that we will hit 350, 350.50, 351, 352 before we necessarily come back down here to 346. I could be completely wrong. But the majors are still holding up. And right now it looks like we bounced, consolidation. Are we going to break above that 349.50 and squeeze the shorts at the end of the day? Seems kind of like it's been the protocol. Come down, come up, pull back a little bit, and surge a little bit higher. When we go here, same thing. Surge up, surge up, pull back. Yep, and strong, and squeeze up the next day as well. So looking at those patterns. Tesla. So Tesla yesterday, look, bounced right here. Nice move. So maybe it's going to come back down, test that 22.25 area, and then have another bounce from there. It does look bearish at the moment. All the moving averages were starting to peel down. If it can break right here, 22.60, watch for 22.55 down to 22.50. So cool how these EMAs work right here. And 22.42. All right. And TCOM. Let's check out TCOM. TCOM. Nice. You're in calls for this, Julia? Let's look at it on the daily chart as well. So daily chart looks like 30.90 might offer some resistance right here. I would definitely look at the level 2 ECN book. We are hitting a bit of resistance back here on since February 28th. So watch that. Might also find a bit of resistance right here. Yeah, that 30.90. Look at how that held up all the way back from November of 2019. That was a resistance point, and it held as resistance again. Higher than normal volume this day. If it breaks up from here, potentially up to 31.86. All right. And MTCH. Sorry, somebody's mowing their lawn. MTCH. Hold on, two seconds. Oh, they're gone. Okay, good. So this looks like it's starting to curl over and come to the downside. If it is not able to hold right here, the 111 mark today, it looks like this could potentially fill the gap to the downside down here to 104.25. Right here as a resistance to be support, and then going to the upside. All right, and Snap, Joseph. Let's go ahead and check it out. So Snap looks like we have a nice support area right here. We have consolidation, looking for it to break out from here, right? So looking for it to break above, coincidentally, the 50 SMA is right there, 2280. So hold on 2 secs, guys. Let me just shut the window. All right, timing is everything, right? Okay, so we've got snap right there. It does look like it has a potential move. Also, what is the new one? There's the new XYEV. No, what's the new one? Tesla. I bet you it'll be under the Tesla news. Let's go and look at this. Tesla news, the biggest competitor here that just had the IPO yesterday. Let's go here. All the way at the bottom. It's not there. It's not Yandex. It's the new one that it just went public yesterday. Yang, what is it? YVEX? Al Jahori, thank you. Yeah. It's part of life, right? Working from home, it happens for sure. What is it? What is the new one? Hold on 2 seconds. I'm going to Google it over here. It's going to come up. The Tesla new EV X. Thank you. Of course, I got it at the same time. XPEV. So this one does have roughly 33 million. I went ahead, put the, thanks Jay-Z, I appreciate that. I went ahead and put on the Fibonacci's, right? So if we go based on the candlesticks, I did it on a 45-minute chart from the low here of the trading session to the high up here. And you can see we've got 2262. So right now we had some volume that came into it right there. So I would watch for this to potentially come on up and hit highs up here, 2579. If it can go ahead and really close up above, I think we might see a potential move for that. Right now it's somewhat consolidating. However, with the IPOs, it could have crazy movement. We saw it happen with NEO way back when it opened up. So let's go to our daily chart here. So NEO opened up back here. Is it NEO? No, it was Virgin. It was Virgin Galactic, right? So Virgin Galactic was just coming along. Then, hey, guess what? Spiked up, pulled back down, went above that former high, boom, ran up. So XPEV might have that same sort of movement to the upside right there. You guys have any other stocks that you have questions about that you want to check on the list for today? I do have a cool one to check out if you guys want to check it out as an ETF. LIMILN. So this is called the Millennial ETF. It does have PayPal in it. Let's go right here. MILN Holdings. I do have a disclaimer. I do have a longer term holding in this. PayPal, Square, Apple, Spotify, Lowe's, eBay, Facebook, Amazon, Lulu, and Home Depot. One thing that I do like about this as well is it has some major names in it, but this right here, that it has 3 million shares in it. So if it were to really surge, this could really skyrocket to the upside. We are above major volume back here at $29.87. We're $4 above that, $3 above that. So looking, this might continue to really surge to the upside. It looks overextended on the chart. However, as we know, it can look like this and continue going higher. The market is always bullish until it isn't. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. We will go ahead and look over them. Work. All right, let's go ahead and look at work. Work it, baby. All right, so work. Nice move to the upside here. We do have earnings coming up. So looking at it right here, we've got pretty much resistance that was set up over here. We broke above it. The moving averages are curling up. We've just had the curl over the 50 simple moving average, much like we saw with MGM, and it does have a bit of resistance right here at 32.73, so 32.75. I would maybe watch for that to hold as a resistance level. Look, we're coming up close to that 349.50 area. Oops, we'll do on a 50-minute chart. Still nothing yet. Still just holding on. Okay, so we'll go back to work. And right now on the 9-minute chart, I don't know what time frame you're in. Everything's monetizable, but we do have it here. It's got a bit of a, looks like it might have broken the upward trend just a little bit right here. So I would watch that if you're in it as a day trade. It might melt right here. The averages are coming together, it's consolidating, and the volume has dropped off down at the bottom. So I would just keep that on watch if you're in it shorter term, in my opinion. Because it also goes back to perspective. How long are you trading something? Is this a day trade? Is this a swing trade? What's the time frame on it? Everything is relative. So this one, we've just gone below the 50 simple moving average, much like we did on the indexes. However, actually we're just above it now. And is the volume going to kind of come in and we'll surge up and hit new highs for an end of day run? My gut feeling feels like we might have an end of day run. However, that might not happen. They might go ahead and say, hey, we're going to squeeze all those shorts that keep getting into everything. This had a really nice run up yesterday. It's hitting a resistance point right here. If it comes up a little bit further, 40.80. I would really watch 40.80 for the bigger breakout back up to 41. And NTAP. NTAP. All right, so what is this? Net app. I feel like we looked at this one yesterday or the day before. So NTAP had that move up here, 48.58, found big support here along that EMA, and it's surging to the upside. Looks like it came into the resistance zone from yesterday pre-market. It can break above 45.50. It looks like it should have a nice move to the upside as it broke above that, and then maybe 45.80 after that. So 45.50, 45.80. If it can break that, then on up to 46.25, 46.50, and so on. All right, guys. So have an amazing weekend. I do have to run because I'm going to be on Ticker Talker Live in just a couple minutes. So have a great weekend. Carpe Profit sees those profits one trade at a time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at jane@cjanetrade.com. Have a good one. Bye, guys.